He is not listening me. He is not listening as the others are listening, because when the child has done any task, he don't want to repeat. Once he become the master in one area, he don't want to repeat either by listening or by doing. Gifted intelligence. In this intelligence, the one area is very strong, right? In one area is very strong, the other area is not that much strong. So that Allah has given some sort of gift to him in that area, that you can say that it's a miracle. Sometimes the miracles happens that the child can do, or we can even do, even after crossing the absorbent mind. So this intelligence is there, and that is called a gifted. Okay, the other thing that I like to continue this information over there in my next lecture. Thank you very much. I hope so you understand very well what I mean to tell you.
And building the best parent-teacher relationship. Right? We all believe in relationships. So let's see what best we can do to have a best relationship. Now, what is the core purpose of having the relationship? Why it is important? Be partnered with the parents to ensure peace of mind, inspiring children to flourish and grow in an exceptional interactive environment that nurtures and promotes children's development and well-being through education, discovery and exploration. And this is the prime aim of every parent, that the child flourishes. He becomes master of everything. So have that thing. A best relationship is very important. Next please. What is parent communication? Dialogue during which a staff member and the parent share verbal and written information about the child and their educational program that is open, honest and respectful. Everything should be based on truth. Next please. It's all about relationship, and we all say, every time we say it's a triangle, the child, the parent and the teacher. If any of the component is missing or mishandled, the triangle will break, and the chain and the sequence of this relationship will break. Next please. What do parents want from me as their child's teacher? What do they expect? What they have in their mind when they come to me as their child's teacher? Next please. Build a partnership with parents. You have to build it. It will not come automatically. Focus on strengths and successes, but discuss problem areas as well. You always talk about the strength and the positive areas of the child, but if the child is having any weak area, any weak link, please do share and discuss with the parent in a very humble manner. Keep records of things that have potential. Whatever potentials a child is having, you must keep a record of that, so that whenever a group working is going on, you should know which child can serve better in which area. Don't use other students' name in front of the parents. Talk only about their child. Don't give good examples or bad examples of other children in front of the parents. Pick the best way to communicate for you. It can be a phone call or email or website. Whatever you think is best way to communicate quickly with the parents. Respond to all communication within 24 hours. Whatever the happening is, make it sure that you communicate with the parent within 24 hours, not 2 days later, 1 week later, then you forget. And the sensitivity of that matter or that situation then fades away. Next please. Statements that make a parent angry. There are certain statements which we make as a teachers, and that can make a parent angry. I don't know if there is some problem with I don't know. Your child had a bad day. Again, this statement disturbs the parent a lot. I wasn't on the playground when it happened. The child gets hurt and you say, I was not there. So how the parent can trust you? How the parent can give the responsibility of their child to you when you say, I was not there? I have told management about that before. We have had problems with that child before. It means that you are labeling the child that he is a problem creator. He is a problem maker. So if he has done this thing, I was mentally prepared. These statements, even if they are angry, be professional and don't allow to use any abusive language, but always in a humble manner. How to handle an angry parent? There are some times when parents get angry. You have to be professional, and the ways you can handle them: listen and make eye contact. Be respectful of the many stresses that parents have throughout the day. That how much stress the parents are already having, how much problems they are already facing. So you have to be very humble, soft, and always smiling with your parents. Be positive and reassure the parent that you are there to help and support. Even if the child is having a problem, you should make sure that you are there. You are her spiritual parent. You are her spiritual mother. No matter where, to take care of the child. So be calm and trust me. Next please. Expectations for written communication. That was verbal, you talk about, and if you want to do something, you want to go through this. In other ways, you can say timetable or daily time schedule. Current classroom lesson plan posted. Parent board should be current. What do you understand by parent board? Parent board on which you have the pictures of the parent, father and mother board, and their current contact numbers and their addresses. Daily report per age group filled out completely, accurately for each child. Daily report of the child means the daily progress, the daily presentations which you give to the child, your daily observation about the child. And each child, if you are having 30 children